We'll start in a few minutes. Thank you.
USANA is working to create the healthiest family. A family built of people just like you, who care about the health of themselves, the community, and the planet. Working together to give back to underprivileged communities, we focus on keeping the world beautiful, because healthy cells need a healthy environment to thrive. So, what is it that's so incredible about yourselves? They only have what makes you, you. Start your own USANA story and see what the obsession is all about. This incredible cell belongs to you. What is so incredible about your cells? When you nourish your cells properly, simple nutrients and proteins become complex systems and structures that
Before we start, we would like to request everybody to please put your phone on silent mode. Thank you.
Give your cells what they need to take care of you. USANA science teams meticulously research, validate, and test every product every step of the way to ensure your cells get nothing but the best. That's why thousands of professional Olympic athletes trust USANA more than any other supplement company in the world. Using the same nutrition you can trust to nourish your family. And USANA is working to create the healthiest family. A family built of people just like you, who care about the health of themselves and the community, and the planet. Working together to give back to underprivileged communities, we focus on keeping our world healthy, because healthy cells need a healthy environment to thrive. So, what is it that's so incredible about yourselves? They are part of what makes you, you. Start your own USANA story and see what the obsession is all about.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to this person and welcome to Shangri-La. I am pretty sure, you guys, every old miss Shangri-La. Now, success comes in different forms, unique to each individual, but two vital components remain consistent in its formula. Number one, we have financial security, and number two, healthy living. And attaining all this is not an easy feat. A perfect partner is necessary to boost our journey towards success. A pleasant good morning once again to each and every one of you. My name is Leo from the marketing team of USANA Philippines, and I'll be hosting this press con this morning. Now, today, it is my pleasure to welcome all of you in our event and the road to 1 million healthy users of USANA, not only in the Philippines but around the world. Now, together let us discover ways on how we can build healthy and financially secure life with the help of USANA. So, to set the program rolling, I would like to request the presence of USANA Philippines Senior Sales and Marketing Manager to give you a little brief preview on what USANA is all about. Once again, let's welcome Ms. Joyce Ramallosa.
Thank you, Leo. Don't be shy, you can clap your hands. Pardon my voice, I had a concert last night. But yes, good morning everyone. I want to express my gratitude to the members of the press our partners, and all of you have supported USANA throughout the years. It's your trust and dedication that have allowed USANA to continually innovate and make a positive impact on countless lives. You know, USANA has been operating in the Philippines for almost 15 years, and globally we are over 30 years. So that speaks a lot of the company. And USANA is really single-minded to reach more families with a focus on cellular health with products that offer unique technologies and a holistic approach to wellness with direct sales as a channel of distribution. And today, we have speakers to touch on USANA's most important advocacies, providing Filipinos with more opportunity to earn and bringing holistic health to 1 million families. So, without further ado, let's get started, and thank you once again for being a part of this important event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joyce. Now, I am sure you are all excited and somehow, maybe not a surprise, since we're talking about business here. So it's not a surprise that, one good person is with us today and someone credible. But then let me begin with this one. So our first speaker is one of the most respected business speakers and authors in the Philippines, recognized with the Outstanding Filipino Award in 2014. He is committed in enriching people's lives with motivation, leadership, and excellence. He is the recipient of Anvil Award for Excellence for staging the Dr. John Maxwell Seminar Series, as well as the Gold Quill Award for the Best Public Speech category presented by the International Association Business Communicators. Currently, he is the president and of the publishing company Success Options, which I always, work with. The director of Inspire Leadership Consultancy Incorporated and the brand ambassador of USANA Philippines. The brand ambassador who would always ask me, when can I renew my contract? Okay, that's how much he loves USANA. I don't need to market it to him. He's the one reaching out to me. So please welcome the one and only Mr. Francisco.
How do we do it? Do you want me to stand? Oh, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Leo. Can I bring you with me to all my engagement? Well, thank you very much. I'd just like to first express my appreciation for USANA for having me as their oldest, longest tenured ambassador, because that's what the business is all about, right? If you get older, then you give more credibility to the product. Let me just brief you with a little bit of my first experience with USANA. That was in 2011 when we had our first, they invited me to do a leadership training for 60 of their leaders. And today you have thousands of leaders. And all throughout the journey, I've seen a lot of changes in the business landscape. One good example is that this business now, USANA in particular, has now been regarded as a very professional, legit company at the time when that industry was in question. And one thing I've noticed also with the new entrants joining USANA is that they're now composed of professionals. And these were, if we go back in the past, usually it's a young, fresh graduate people in between jobs joining the companies. But now what makes me happy is that I see a lot of professionals joining in and discovering the benefits, not only for the product, but also for the opportunity of doing business. The business landscape has changed tremendously. I remember, I'm an entrepreneur myself, by the way. And I remember there was a time when you had to go to the office in order to do business because that's where your materials are. Today you can do your office work anywhere you go because you bring your office with you. There was a time when doing business means you give up your day job and you're just going to concentrate on doing entrepreneurship and everything. Today, what I've noticed over my journey over the years is that the fact that USANA offers an opportunity for people who don't have to give up their day job, and then they sort of discover what they can do and tap into the potential, and in such time they reach a stage of knowing, hey, this becomes a business. And that's the time when they go all in. This is also one business that I have seen wherein families can get involved. I've seen that perhaps our records can show us that some of our awardees happen to be husband and wife team working together. And it is a very good model for business. One important aspect of all this is that I'd like to share with you something that I post regularly, and every time I give seminars, I will say this. Today, health is the new wealth, peace is the new rich, and kindness is the new cool. So, one thing I can say about USANA is that it encapsulates all of those important things. The Black Swan event, which we call the pandemic, has convinced people that you gotta pay premium for your health situation. And for somebody who's on the road all the time, as a matter of fact, right after this, I rushed to another 4-hour training. And I've been doing training, by the way. Pre-pandemic, I was doing training for at a frequency of 300 talks and trainings and seminars every single year for the past 12 years of my life. And I can attribute that to being sustained and maintained by the supplements that I get that gives me the energy, the concentration, and everything else. And so health now is primary, and it has educated Filipino about how important it is. Second is, of course, financial security. So these people now are beginning to tap into the potential of entrepreneurial approaches to what they can do by not giving up their day job until they get to the vantage point where they discover, I can go this full time, and then they do. And then it happens to be a very nice avenue for them to exercise their entrepreneurial abilities. Number 3, this is extremely important. I do training all my life. I operate in the HR community. I begin to see the development not only of their skills, it's not just selling. It's a holistic approach to the people with their provision of non-stop training, wherein their characters are developed, their attitude now is being honed, and constantly being challenged to become excellent. So it's very rare that you can find an industry that provides such trainings that can be expensive, and I would know that because I am. And then being given the opportunity to hone and shape and train the young people in terms of a holistic approach. Second is we talk about wellness. There's a lot of my clients right now who has made it a permanent fixture in their companies to present a particular department that takes care of the mental health situation of their people, because life is not getting any easier. And people who do not have the ability to understand how to manage their stress, and most of the young people don't, they are susceptible to be having that situation problematic for them. That's why it offers no wonder for me that USANA lately came out with also a line of, Kevin, please correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of products that would address that area and can help mitigate that situation too. And finally, I would like to say that over the years, what I see now is not only has it offered opportunities for people to go into entrepreneurial pursuit, not only does it provide financial security, because one thing that touches my heart about USANA is this. This is a company that complies with government requirements. It's a legit company, or else they would have been existing this long. I've been invited by other companies before. They're non-existent now because they were not compliant. And number 3, this is a company that I see that has trained and developed their people into becoming professional business people without the fancy approaches of the same industrial practice of the past. So they're now very professional, and you can meet them. You would kind of understand what I'm saying. So changes happens every day. Everything now continues to be reshaped and the industry keeps on taking new forms. This is one thing that achieves all three that I mentioned: health aspect, the peace aspect, and the kindness aspect. And for me, that's the reason why. Thank you for making me your brand ambassador. And by the way, I've been giving a lot of invitations to be their brand ambassador. I don't represent any company that I myself do not use. And similarly, let me close with this. As a father, now a grandfather of I'm a father of three successful entrepreneurs. All of my kids are now entrepreneurs. One, a very famous fashion designer. My daughter, my son is in the food business now. During the pandemic, he developed a very successful food product. And my youngest now is also an entrepreneur, so he's handling the most difficult and challenging product of them all, her father. And as a father, this happened only about 5 months ago, and I said, you want to leave money and your properties with your children as an inheritance? Well, that's good. But I realized one of the best things I can do is to leave them with the consciousness that they better take good care of their health. So I bought them sets. I bought them sets of USANA, and I said, you take this every day. That's a command, that's not a suggestion. And somehow I felt like I've covered what? If the property aspect there is covered, the health aspect is covered, the ability to manage their finances is covered, the ability to be responsible and to be a positive contributor to Philippine society, that's covered as well. That's it. I can retire anytime. But my daughter refused to make me do that. She's still single, by the way. And I asked her, why don't you make your dad, why don't you get married so your dad can retire? And she looked at me and she said, Dad, that's exactly the reason why I don't want to get married. I said, why? You're gonna retire. But currently, I'm earning a lot off from you. Thank you very much for